You're watching BackChat, the show that encourages you, South Africa's youth, to challenge absolutely everything. I'm your host, Busisiwe Kometo.
And I'm Sia Later. This week is our last episode of the season. For the final episode, we are going to be debating the legacy of South Africa's leading icon,
Nelson Mandela. This year, Madiba would have turned 100.
The Nelson Mandela Foundation has unveiled the Nelson Mandela Centenary, a program filled with remembrance activities of the struggle icon and the first democratic president.
These are some of the activities that you can expect as South Africa marks Mandela Centenary. Earlier
in the year, a new logo marked the launch of the Nelson Mandela Centenary.
In April, a national debating competition for grade 10 to 12 learners will engage the legacy of Nelson Mandela.
And in the same month, the Shave to Remember social media campaign will focus on inviting people to sport the iconic Mandela cut.
During Youth Month, a symposium focuses on social justice issues affecting young people.
In July, the South African Reserve Bank will issue a new set of banknotes from 10 Rand to 200 Rand on the day Madiba would have turned 100.
Also in July, Black Coffee will release a tribute song, and a concert in Mandela's honor will be held in Portugal.
Look out for a TV series called The Next Madiba in August and another one being Mandela in September. And in December, the Mandela Walk Run in Pretoria will honor the remembrance period.
That is a jam-packed year. The Nelson Mandela Foundation wants people here and abroad to remember Madiba and his importance in South African politics and history.
Now, Busi, what is your fondest memories of Madiba?
I'd have to say going back to his birthplace in Kunu, talking to some of the locals there, finding out what Madiba meant to them. It was interesting as well, talking to leaders from different political parties, getting their take as well. So for me, as a young reporter, that was definitely a rich experience. I won't forget.
Yeah.
You? What do you make of Madiba?
Personally, I mean, I have mixed feelings of the man, but that's for another day.
Yeah.
But, you know, the only time I'm close to him is when I have money in my pockets.
Yeah. And another thing, when we talk about the legacy of Madiba, what comes to mind are the Rainbow Nation, 67 Minutes, and allegations that he sold out South Africa during the transition. A few seasons back, we spoke to some backchatters on what Mandela meant to them.
Nelson Mandela walked to freedom after 27 years behind bars.
The struggle continues.
Historic, complicated, and iconic. This cartoon makes me feel conflicted because so much is left unsaid while it's saying quite a lot.
It's like this top seems like flowers, and the people are coming from him, or working for him, or working for his legacy. That's how I picture it.
There is still more to be done. 67 minutes, it's actually nothing. You know, there is a lot to be done.
So in order to give meaning to this picture, give back on an everyday basis, I think.
The Rainbow Nation is unraveling.
It's a dream that South Africa is desperate to come true.
A legacy, but also a facade.
Are young South Africans ready to take a new look at the man and his significance?
After the break, I talked to our panel of guests about just that. Don't go anywhere.
We must not rule out the voice that Mandela sold out.
There's this whitewashing, I think, of what Mandela's legacy is.
The reason why Mandela's legacy is able to be whitewashed is because Mandela did something different. He gave us a negotiated democracy.
I think definitely we should be still celebrating him as an icon.